Hello, and welcome to Ordo Scriptorium, a horror gothic game where our characters don these powers from the authors of yore, authors like Mary Shelley and Edgar Allan Poe. Tonight, we are going to be playing, as every night, with our excellent and fun, fantastic cast. Bonnie. Say hi, Bonnie.
Hi.
We also have Elliot.
Howdy-o.
Rex. And Preston.
Yeah! I am here. I'm ready to be a douchebag. Channeling it. As with all other days. Just for the record, not to overstep my bounds, but just in case you're listening to this, Bonnie is played by Kayla, Elliot is played by Neil, Rex is played by Corey, and I am Zachariah from Preston. Just in case you're only audio listening to this and we start using our normal names, I just want people to know who is.
That's right. Thank you, Zach. I should definitely remember the actual human beings that are at my game and not just their characters.
You're not people anymore. You have become characters. When you die, you can never talk to me again.
Really going a little too deep there. All of these characters have special powers based off the authors that they have all selected, and they are all on the hunt for a supernatural beast, a creature known as a stalker. They don't know the nature of this stalker, but they're going to use their special supernatural abilities. They've been empowered through the blood of their various authors to hunt them down. Are you guys ready for a quick recap on last session?
Do it.
Yes. Alright. So last session, you guys all woke up in the middle of the night to a horrible nightmare. A young woman was running in a nightmare dreamscape and was slain by pillars of smoke and terrible monstrous eyes. A very surreal scene. When you woke up, your editor called you, asking you to come, your editor being the mentor that has taught you how to use your gifts, your abilities to see beyond the veil. He requested you to visit him at the Ordo Scriptorium library, where you guys would be informed that a herald, somebody that could have been one of the authors, was snuffed out. Their life was extinguished before the editor was able to visit them and teach them the ways of the Ordo. Your editor, his name being Charles Wheat, then requested you to go and investigate this herald's sudden disappearance. It's often the case that heralds are quickly eliminated by stalkers, because stalkers are often the inciting fact, the supernatural entity that has stirred the awareness of the supernatural at large within a human being capable of developing these supernatural powers. You all agreed, feeling the calling, knowing that there was something at play here, and took a train to a remote location in Maine, and from there you took a boat to an even more remote location in North Maine. This village, known as Veiled Bluff, has no roads leading to it. It's picturesque. It's the autumn, so the trees are turning colors. And everyone there, as soon as you got off the boat, you realized was in mourning. Somebody had recently passed away in Veiled Bluff. And you decided to check the local pub, the fishing pub, to get some more information. Preston went on to find lodging for everyone, while you guys went inside and pestered the local barkeep, who was a stoic fisherman. Bonnie questioned a few of the fishermen who were sitting at the bar, tried to get some information. Preston then arrived and sweet-talked his way into everybody's hearts very quickly to develop a sense of what was going on in this town. And through these interactions, you learned that a young woman had recently died. The town was pretty broken up about it. She goes to the local college for the arts. It's a very prestigious school. Very wealthy people send their children there to learn and pursue artistic endeavors. You guys then decided to move forward and go to that school, but a couple of you, feeling a little under-equipped for the scenario, decided to try to find a gun shop. You realize that hunting monsters go a lot better when armed. You then traveled. That was Preston and Elliot, right? Or was it Rex?
It's Rex.
It was me, Rex. Preston, Rex went to the local gun shop, which they found, like any gun shop in the 1950s, the setting was closed at 7 o'clock at night.
America.
You were very bitter about this, but you decided to shrug it off and sing the Star Spangled Banner while heading to the college, where the wake for the victim, the young woman who had passed away, was being held. While you guys were looking at the gun store, Bonnie and Elliot did a little bit more investigating, found a group of young women walking down the street, all in black, holding candles, heading towards the college. You guys followed them there and found the wake at the college. You found the college doing this. And I believe that is where we left off, unless somebody has information I forgot.
I don't. However, the dead woman is named Peggy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I wrote down.
Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. I just have Peggy circled on my notes, and I have no idea. I'm guessing that's her.
That was.
I also got the boyfriend's name. Johnny Becker was a fisherman who was the friend of Peggy. I have that written down, but I don't have the name of the woman who's dead for some reason. Just Peggy circled, and then I've got a whole line about Johnny Becker, but.
Well, Peggy is in the past. Johnny's might still be out there. So yes, that's right. I think you got that out of the barkeep at the fisherman's bar, the pub. Anything else? Did I miss anything else?
Mm-mm. I'm good.
I don't think so.
Okay. So, okay. I think then, why don't we start up with Elliot and Bonnie. Okay. I think we left off last time with Rex and Preston, so let's start off with Elliot and Bonnie. You guys are walking up towards this huge building. It's several stories tall. In fact, I was able to actually supply a picture this time.
Hooray!
I love visuals.
Visual aids!
I'm gonna get to add that.
I am very glad.
Need to make a note for myself. Add picture during episode 2.
Surprise! Work for Zach.
I'm so glad Zach is editing this, because I jumped out of that folder and I need to jump back into it. Okay. And alright. And pull up Discord, and I will drop this right in here for you guys.
Do I not have? Oh, I have Discord on my iPad.
Oh, yeah, hopefully you guys will be able to see it pop up. It should be in the general chat.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful.
Wow.
I painted that by hand over the last week.
Wow, very impressive.
I did.
That's the college.
This is the college in Veiled Bluff.
It's
You guys,
Etheria or Etheria?
yes.
I wrote too many R's in this word, so
I know. I need to make sure that I spell
there's
it
no
right.
way I wrote this right. I like that we were joking about it earlier, and it's already happening in this game. That my writing is so bad, I have no idea what I wrote.
I'll drop that in the chat as well. It's Ethereum College.
Ethereum. That's an M, not 3 R's. Okay, got it.
You spelled it like a pirate. It was Ethereum.
That sounds like a solid
There be a
spaceship.
woman who's dead.
Or a
It's just like 4 boats and trees.
Rights.
Yeah, it's a pirate college. Okay, so you're walking up this sort of Vale Bluff is a rural community in northern Maine. The trees are turning; it's very beautiful. But Ethereum College is up on a hill above the rest of the village, so you guys can see it well before you get there. It's a beautiful college, as that sort of Gothic, almost and a mixture of Gothic and Art Deco architecture style as you approach. Big hooping archways, and the windows are these big giant displays of excellent craftsmanship, which does stand out a little bit uniquely here in a very remote and isolated area in North Maine. As you get closer to the college, you see several more students all starting to converge on this road that you guys are on. They're all about Bonnie's age, in their early 20s, 21, 22, and all dressed in black. Is there anything you guys want to do on your way up?
I almost wonder if it would maybe potentially behoove us, because it seems like everybody's very adverse to outsiders, if you would find a way to kind of blend in with the crowd. To where I'm seen as the outsider, but like you just kind of like shift in. Plus, you'd probably be more persuasive overall than me if confronted with some sort of
Are you saying that librarians look like theater kids? Is that what you're saying right now?
I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. I was more so going with the age thing.
And we're canceled.
All sports. Yeah, as it stands right now, I'm the guy who's really on the outs with that. So I think that I would... but that's the thing, is to what end would we do that?
I can pretend that you're my brother and you're in town for the visual just to console me.
If I remember correctly, I said my guy's like in his like 40s. So
Yeah.
bit of an age
I'm
gap
10
there.
years older than my brother.
10 years and 20 years are a bit of a difference.
It'll happen.
It can happen.
Maybe that's your dad.
There you go.
There we go. Yes.
So so everybody at home,
Getting worse by the
knows.
second. Maybe you're my grandfather and you're basically dead.
Ew.
These two are also married in real life. Their real life identities.
Not me and Neil and Kayla.
No, yeah. Start that rumor. Zach and Neil are married.
I could do worse.
Oh.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Well, you should. I mean, you should. It's not an insult.
Yeah, maybe then the play of I'm like your father and you're like one of the kids who was like at the school or something.
Right.
I don't know if there's like a role that we would have to do for that, or if we could just kind of fake it.
Well, how would you like to fake it? Like, if you're trying to do something particular right now,
Well,
you can set that out.
if I'm
If you
being
wanna introduce
honest,
yourself.
if I'm being honest, I think it would be more so I would have no real doing in it. Like she would have to fake cry or something. I'm thinking like she's upset and I'm just, oh, it's okay, doing a hand pat on the back sort of thing. You'd be doing all the legwork. I'd just be there looking beautiful.
I would say a performance charisma check for the both of you guys. At this point, the difficulty is going to be, I'm going to say, I mean, you're just consoling a girl. I'm going to say it's going to be 5. This is going to be a pretty easy check. Because all you're doing is patting her on the back. You're not really engaging with anybody.
It's going to be hard for me to fuck this up. I almost fucked it up. 17. It showed me a 3 for a second. I was like, no!
Yeah.
I got 19.
You got 19. Okay, so yeah, you guys are very convincingly, sure. Yes, okay, I got a note. So you guys are very convincingly walking up the hill there, looking very downtrodden, Bonnie, and they're looking very consoling, Elliot.
So, clarification question then. We've not come across anything like weird yet, right? That we know of? That we have noticed.
Yeah, you haven't noticed anything yet. Now, don't forget, I think everybody has like perception awareness. The combination there.
And this is a game about calling out what you want to look for and calling out your own skill rolls.
Yeah, which, by the way, you guys did request that skill roll. So both of you guys add a momentum.
In looking for weird things, how would we go about doing that? Like, are there things with these stalkers that you can, like, see? Are there things that you can feel?
You would probably, there's a couple of things that you would do. One of the big things in this game is you're looking for specific locations for one. These are going to be sort of investigation locations. So you're looking for clues that will point you towards these specific locations where you can investigate the type of stalker that you're hunting. These locations, you don't necessarily know where they are, so during the gameplay, you're trying to figure out where are my clues. You know what I mean? So you're looking for like a location that would have clues that would be useful. When you're there, then you can use your awareness to look for things. We'll do a little bit. Clues actually have their own little like mechanic as well, and we can do that when you find that location. Also, when you're looking at the crowd, does anybody look suspicious? That would be like a perception awareness check. Or, you find like something in a room, and you're like, that doesn't seem right there. You do some kind of check to maybe perception awareness. Maybe you have a different skill that's effective towards that item. And then you also have your torches. And some of you have torches that will help you potentially have a torch that could help you find your stalker or find alter your perception in a way that will lead you towards more useful aspects to locating the stalker. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then, in this group that we're in, is it like a small crowd, or just like we're mixed in with like 3 other people?
It's a small crowd that's slowly growing bigger as you get closer to the college. It's all the kids are coming to the same road which leads to the college.
So then I'm gonna see if I can see anybody outside of ourselves that seems to be a bit out of place here.
Okay. That would be a perception awareness check. And you're just looking for anybody that seems out of place. I'm going to say the difficulty on that is 10.
12.
Add a momentum. Alright, so as you're looking around, with a 12, you're gonna notice, they're almost all of these kids are obviously students. So you're obviously gonna know that one. You're gonna see that they're all dressed very well. With a 12, you're also going to notice that the town sheriff is there. He's up ahead. He's in full uniform, so he stands out very easily, and is unmistakable. In fact, I have a picture of him as well. I'm gonna drop that in. So glad Zach is editing this. If I had to do this any faster. Okay.
Well, the beauty of OBS is you can put it in ahead of time, and then I can just click a button and it'll appear.
Perfect. So, you see the sheriff is up there, which maybe he's looking a little bit stern at everybody. He's very much looking like a small town sheriff, very stoic. And he's sort of scanning the whole area. And something about that sort of stands out a little bit. He looks more like he's on guard as opposed to he's part of a wake, if that makes sense. Everybody here is dressed in black, but the sheriff's not dressed in black. He's dressed in uniform. He's on the job.
Okay. So I think whenever we get up to him, I think I would like kind of peel off just to speak with him while Bonnie continues in with the rest of the crowd.
Okay. All right.
Unless you wanted to talk to him too.
No.
Okay. So in that case, then I'd want to approach him and just play dumb. Ask him, so what all's going on here?
He's gonna look over at you very stoically. What's all going on here? What do you think's going on here? Where are you from?
Not here. My what did we decide, daughter? We decided daughter. Yeah, my daughter said that a friend of hers had passed, but I don't know. I've never seen this many people go to a wake before, at least from where I come from. Just completely talking out of his ass.
Okay. Go ahead and do a charisma manipulation check.
All these things that I don't have good numbers in. What's the
No good numbers here.
No good numbers.
This is actually going to be contested.
Oh, okay. 12.
And double check his stats. Okay. Well. So you're a father of one of the youngins here. Well, you gotta know that this is a tight-knit community. We're all the way up here. Things like this may not be happening every day. That's all. That's all it is. It's good folk coming out to be with each other in a sad time like this.
I think, because at this point, I don't think I'm really gonna, at least with my skills and abilities, get much else out of him. So I think I'm just gonna kind of pardon myself, like, well, thank you, good to meet you, and then take back off into the crowd after Bonnie.
You need Talkie McTalkerson over here.
I was gonna say, yeah, we need eloquence, beauty, and grace to get his fucking twirly ass mustache over here.
I don't have a mustache. The bartender had a mustache.
Oh,
I'm
that's
clean
right.
fucking
That's
cut.
right.
I am twirly though.
Twirly.
The
White twirly. Twirly ass motherfucker.
Before we jump into the other two, Bonnie, was there anything you wanted to do?
Yeah, well, he was off trying to have an awkward conversation with the sheriff. I want to try to overhear if anybody, like, lived where Peggy lived, so we can get an idea of where exactly she was from. Like,
Okay.
on what building.
So, this is kind of a big, crowded area. But there's a lot of people talking, so I'm going to go ahead and say the difficulty is going to be 10 on that. Go ahead and do a perception awareness check.
Oh. 8.
8. Okay. You hear a lot of crying.
Wait a second. One sec. Just one sec. Just one sec. Hold on, 1 sec. One more sec.
He doesn't think it's recording.
Keep holding.
Doesn't
No,
think
it's recording. It's recording. It's not a technical thing. I'm holding it up because I need to know if I can potentially give her Fortuna, but I think I might have to be in the presence.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotta be in the presence. That's too bad. I was gonna give you one of my good rolls from Fortuna, but I am not there to give you that roll. I apologize.
It's okay.
Continue. I interrupted for no reason. Can't wait
Oh,
to
you're
figure
good.
this out.
I'll say, because there's so many people around, there's so much chatter, most of what you're hearing is a lot of people crying.
Can I move up towards the front to see if there's like a close group of friends near the front where they usually would be in these situations?
Yeah, I say no problem. You're able to. You're a young college student. Everybody's very distracted. You're a young college student yourself. You were just in college before you started this life, and so you blend in just fine. Especially since everybody's eyes are puffy and crying and downtrodden. You get up to the front, do another awareness perception check.
16.
Yes. The DC for this was also going to be 10. You obviously got it. Added momentum. And as you're looking around, yes, you see everybody's sniffling. But you see one girl in particular. She stands out, and she has a group of people very much huddled around her. And she is not just sniffling or kind of wiping away tears. She has clearly been sobbing. Like, she's not a pretty crier. Okay, like, there's shrieks. Now, Neil, do you have streaks of mascara running down when you cry?
I would actually say the opposite. I'm only sexually attractive when I cry. Period.
You contort your face in such a way.
I get the anime stars in my eyes. I'm just absolutely all my blemishes vanish. I slightly float above the ground. No, that's not true. Snot comes out of every pore. Continue. Every pore. All of them.
Okay. So you see this girl very clearly. She obviously seems to be a particular, like a close group. Something's going on with her. And there's a close group of people kind of patting her on the back a little bit. And with that, let's jump to Preston and Rex. You guys were just walking down the street singing
we were
literally singing.
We were gonna head to the vigil, I think. So I think once we get close, we'll probably switch to Amazing Grace. I think it's the way to go. Amazing Grace.
I also just realized I'm going to a vigil in a bright yellow trench coat.
Dick Tracy over here. Where's Flat Topsy?
Preston, give me a performance charisma check.
Yeah, I almost took performance. I didn't take performance. I wanted to take it.
You might have had it,
but I do have a good amount of charisma, so I got that going for me, guys. What's the difficulty?
It's gonna be 15.
I did not hit it. I am singing terribly off key. Amazing Grace, how's it the song?
Hopefully the ukulele is like covering up his horrible singing.
Why don't you?
I knew this was coming. Performance check, baby.
Performance check.
Did we just stroll in with you plucking a ukulele bad, me singing off key?
Is the difficulty the 15?
Yes. Yeah.
I got exactly 15.
Okay. Well, that changes things a little bit because so Preston's song is
rough,
unique,
rough.
But as people start to look around, like, what the f- is that racket? Your ukulele comes in, kind of helps smooth things out. It sort of washes between his rough, unskilled singing and your skilled playing the ukulele.
All about the uke.
All about the uke.
Preston
but you
thinks he's just
approach,
nailing it.
and Preston thinks he is God's gift to music. You guys are standing out a little bit, at very least, even with the uke.
He's in a bright yellow trench coat, and I look like I'm out of Pride and Prejudice. Like, we definitely don't look right.
Yep.
I'm cracking Kayla up tonight. Every other thing I say, she just like loses her mind up there.
What do you guys do now?
Is the policeman that they saw like in the open, invisible to everyone?
Yeah. By the time you guys get closer up there,
I'm gonna
be hiding him.
Sling the uke back over my shoulder and kind of like assertively cop walk towards him.
When he stops the ukulele singing, I will stop singing and I will pull a handkerchief out of my pocket. I will spread it kind of flamboyantly and then just begin to cry because my sister's dead. And it's a terrible day.
Okay.
Peggy.
Okay.
Peggy, why did you have to go so far from home?
Alright, Preston, roll a performance check and
God damn it, can I be manipulation on this one? Please.
Okay. I'll manipulation will work.
I'm not making music. I'm trying to trick you now.
Yeah.
Alright, that's much better. What's the difficulty on that?
That's gonna be 10. You're just looking like a sad person at this point. Not really engaging with another person so much. But you're really...
I get it. Just barely by 1. I got an 11. I'm gonna switch dice because that one don't like me.
Actually, I'll be honest with you. Now that I think about it, the difficulty on that should have been 5. So I think you're gonna go ahead and nail it.
Okay.
Because you're not
retroactively. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like it will play a role in how you're blending well with the crowd.
Yeah.
You're really mixing in there. And Rex, you're walking up. Are you trying to project anything? Like, is there any skill that you want to be doing here?
No.
You're just walking up to him.
I'm just walking up to him.
Okay.
I'm a detective. I got questions.
He's gonna.
You're not a law enforcement detective. You're a private detective. And cops don't usually like them. Just be careful.
That's fine.
Just take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Don't go in with your dick out. Is all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that's the wrong guy. I need these stats. Okay, so he's gonna look you up and down. And sort of size you up as you walk up to him. What would you like to do? He's just standing there stoically, sort of looking you up and down.
I'm just gonna kind of like file in next to him. That way, I'm not in the way of anything. And I'm just gonna kind of lean over and be like, Detective Rex Johnson, I was sent by the family to look into this matter. Don't even intrude.
Manipulation charisma. Check. Because you're lying. The difficulty on this one, you're straight out lying. Actually, it's going to be contested.
Okay.
And his would be perception awareness.
Right.
The counter.
Okay.
For the lies.
So, I have his roll. What's yours?
I got a 20.
20. Okay, he actually got a 21.
Jesus.
What? Let me ask you a question. What's your bonus, Rex?
Just plus 2 charisma.
Okay, so to beat a 21... Oof. I don't think I can give you anything that can beat a 21. I can... No, I can't. I'm sorry, man. I don't have... My highest Fortuna is an 18. That would only get you to 20. There's no way.
Isn't there something I can do with momentum?
You got to declare it beforehand, though. Oh, you could re-roll by using 2 momentum, but that might not be worth it if you need a 19 or a 20. It might not be worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. I'll deal with the consequences.
He just shoots you. I've made a mistake. I will use the 2 to re-roll.
You dropped it. You lost by one point there. This isn't like you rolled a 1 here. Like you barely missed it. So it's not like you're transparent to him.
He just thinks something's hinky.
Yeah, and so you're gonna hear him turn to you and be like, "From the parents, not from the family. What's up?" Trying to get that accent.
God, it's all right. It's all right.
What? Why I was not informed of your arrival.
Yeah. Well, now I'm going to do the weird voice. All right. So what happened? I came in with the brother. He's the one who's over there crying with the handkerchief right now. Me and him came together. So the family brought me in just to kind of look over it, make sure there's no foul play, just cover the basics. Wealthy families like that, they're weird.
The brother, you say? I didn't know our dear Peggy had a brother.
Yeah, he's right over there crying in the handkerchief.
Do I notice Rex maybe motioning to me? Like
you're not
support of a person who's manipulative. Okay, I am going to. I'm going to see him and just kind of like walk over. Just kind of walk over until I kind of can get an earshot and know what's going on.
He's the sheriff at that point, seeing you kind of over. He's going to sort of like nod up at you and sort of indicate that he wants you to come on over for a quick chat.
I come over. I go, Sheriff, I am sorry. I only just now got in to see my poor sister.
Okay.
I can barely think of it.
Charisma manipulation.
Let's do it, motherfucker. I'm ready for that shit. Is it contested, I'm guessing?
Yeah, it will be.
Okay. 26.
26. Ooh, yeah.
Thunder, motherfucker.
You definitely beat. Yeah. So you beat him. You beat his roll. Jesus Christ!
I implore you, Sheriff. Please aid my family's personal private detective. Rex Johnson, and I put my hand on his shoulder and actually like use it for support because I'm so racked with grief. Please give him the information.
I'm gonna put my arm out and tap him on the shoulder like the. All right, it's okay.
Thank you. That's so comforting. Please give him the information he needs to possibly look into this matter further. He will not impede any investigation you have. He will only help it. Oh, the family needs closure.
Right there. All right, now calm yourself down. He sort of pats you awkwardly on the shoulder.
I'm sorry, Peggy and I were so close. I wish she hadn't gone away to this college. No offense to your wonderful college, but she got so far away and now she's gone and I will never see her again.
The sheriff is going to look over to you, Rex. So you see a little bit of pleading in his eyes, like the faintest hint of, "Get him out of here. Help me, please."
I'm gonna give him, before I do anything, I'm gonna look at him, give him that like "I told you so" look, and then like turn back, like, "All right, so Preston, you can just go off, you can get to the front, where you belong, your family."
I'll turn back to the sheriff and be like, "Thank you, Sheriff. I will go this wonderful town and this wonderful vigil," and then I'm gonna turn and just whisper in Rex's ears, "All yours, friend," and then just like mosey on off to do some more verbal damage somewhere else.
Okay. Yeah. You set the sheriff up well. Rex, is there anything you want to do with this moment? The sheriff is just sort of looking. He's sort of as Preston walks off. The sheriff sort of said, "Yeah, now go on now, go on. Be with your people."
Yeah, so I'm just gonna need to look over the reports. Maybe if you have pictures, anything. Just some details of what happened.
I tell you what, why don't you in the morning come to my office? It's at the sheriff's department.
Yeah, all right.
For now, let's just stay focused on the vigil, and we'll talk more about this in the morning.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Anything else?
That's it.
Preston, anything else before we jump back over?
He's definitely gonna find a cute girl among the crowd to cry to, specifically, because he's disgusting. Remember.
All right. Roll a perception awareness. They're all college girls, so
yes, they
the
are.
college is going to be 5.
Okay. So I'm using manipulation and charisma, right?
Well, awareness. You're trying to track one down, right?
Track one down.
I don't want to make it sound like I'm hunting them.
I'm hunting.
Preston is definitely weeping into the cutest girls. That is for sure. Just like, oh, Peggy. If there was anyone here,
stalker.
That'd be a twist, right? You guys would all be. I think everybody would be really happy if I turned out to be the stalker. They could kill me.
We're turning this into a drinking game real quick here.
We don't have to play it out. He's just gonna go be gross, basically.
Okay. He's gonna go find a cute girl. There's not gonna be any challenge.
No. I will say he's going to try and during this he will definitely try and listen for any specific details of the killing, like maybe how she died, rumors, stuff like that, which hopefully people would want to give him if he's a weeping brother, just kind of like, oh, if only, I mean, does anybody know exactly what happened? Stuff like that. I mean, he's definitely going to hit on women, but through the course of it, he will try and glean some information.
Okay, so you're mingling and trying to
yes.
Fish.
What I'm saying is, as much fun as it would be, we don't need to do a 20-minute scene where I use fake grief to seduce women on the podcast. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah, no, I can see that. This could get us canceled real quick.
Well, it might just be boring. Like anybody listening, like, what are we doing here?
All right, go ahead and do a charisma. All right, yeah, charisma manipulation.
All right, we're looking at a 17.
Okay. That's plenty to get, like, the fact that Peggy died in her sleep. People are trying to console you with that. They're saying things like, if anybody had to go, it had to be, in your sleep, kind of thing. Even it's a tragedy that she was so young, so sudden, and how strange it was that somebody like that would pass away in their sleep in that manner. But at least it was quiet.
I would definitely like follow up a couple of times with like, was she sick?
No, it was sudden. It was out of nowhere. No one could have seen it coming. She just didn't turn up for school. Her friend went over to check in on her, and that's when they found her.
Okay.
All right. Let's jump back over to Elliot.
So I'm trying to think, because, I'm not Mr. Talkie McGee with these sorts of things.
You can find me. I don't think I would have noticed you in the crowd, but I'm pretty sure you would have noticed me.
Yeah, you're not a cute college girl.
That's fair.
This is correct. Preston would not have noticed. I want to say right now, Zach Van Sliders is not Preston. I want to say that right now. I want to put that out there. This is a 1950s aristocratic poonhound. That's the character, not me. Not me. Been married for 13 years, happily. Just want to say that right now. Yeah, he definitely would have noticed you, but you might have noticed him because he's, over the top.
So I think that Elliot would have enough awareness to know that he would be causing more damage to go over there, having already interacted with the cop. I do wonder, though, did we get a description on Johnny? Or do we just know that Johnny is a person?
All I got was his name is Johnny Becker, and he's the boyfriend, and he is a fisherman. That is all I got.
And I highly doubt he showed up with a giant, fishing rod and rain suit on.
Or a sign that says, boyfriend of the bereaved.
Boyfriend who is fisherman.
And you always roll a perception awareness check and see what you get.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with that. I'm blind on because it's mostly, so far, it seemed like I'm getting the vibe that it's a lot of girls here that are mourning.
There's a lot of college kids here.
Okay.
It's kind of a mixed crowd, but there is a slightly more percentage. Okay, for the 1950s, these are all wealthy kids that are being sent to a college for fun.
I was going to ask if it was just a college for girls or.
There's a slightly more girls there because it's the 1950s, and
and it's an arts college.
It's an arts college from the 1950s. There are young men there.
So I'm gonna look for anybody, if there's a group surrounding a person who may have been close friend, maybe the boyfriend. Usually at these sorts of things, I would assume that people who are closer have more people gathered around them.
Okay. Go ahead. So that was... Yeah, go ahead and roll awareness perception.
That's a whole 3.
There's a lot of crying girls here.
Lots of people sad.
There's some guys here that are crying too.
Jeez.
And they're very sad. There's some teachers here also.
Are they also sad?
sad?
They are
hate us.
They are sad.
So I don't know. I feel like Elliot's starting to like kind of low key panic because this isn't his normal group of people. Just like turns to Bonnie, is just like, I don't know. Do you see anything?
He's just the guy in the party in the corner, like, oh, when can I go home?
Yeah, Bonnie, you spotted a girl on your last roll who has horrible cry face.
Yeah. I kind of inch over towards that group, and I'm like, I rub my eyes first to make it more convincing that I was also just crying, so I have puffy eyes. And then I approach the small group, and weakly I'm like, hi, you guys were also friends of Peggy's?
The girl in the middle of the group who has a horrible cry face looks up, and she stops crying for a second. Well, yeah. Did you know Peggy too? I didn't recognize you.
Yeah, I'm a friend from back home where she lived before she came here.
Oh, she sort of reaches out and holds your hand for a moment. I'm so sorry that. She sort of stumbles over her words and starts to cry again a little bit.
Pull her in for a hug.
Okay, at this point, I'd say give me a charisma manipulation check. The DC is going to be 10. You're manipulating a person, but it's not a 15 or a 20. She's not that weak, or like that strong. She's in a weakened state.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll for hug.
Roll for hug.
21.
That's
21. That quite possibly could be the best hug she's ever experienced.
Yeah.
Hug. She actually kind of falls into you a little bit and starts to really cry again. The waterworks start to erupt from her, because you're comforting her and she's feeling like she just can't handle it, and she has like a space to open up with you just a little bit, and she just can't hold back the tears anymore. What do you want to do with your power over this young girl?
Oh God.
Use your opposing.
I was about to say, I skipped doing it on mine so that you could have Kayla do it.
This has gotten so dark. Inadvertently too. We're like doing this in the most like right way.
We are trying to find a monster here, people. A monster. Yeah. Okay? These people's feelings and emotions do not matter in the course of a creature that's going to kill them all.
I mean, at the rate that we're going, we're all the monsters.
Yeah, I mean,
just manipulating people left and right.
I am hugging a grieving friend.
It's a hug of lies.
Yeah, it's a hug of lies.
It's a
lie hug.
The weird people that like hugs appreciate it. I ask her, so what exactly happened? We kind of fell out of touch when she moved here. Her brother told me what was going on.
She looks up at you, and she's, brother? But Peggy never told me she had a brother. I didn't know. Peggy, I guess I don't. Peggy was kind of. Things were a little hard between us there towards the end. You know, she started getting a little quiet. You know, I just thought she had things going on. I don't know. And she looks up at you. I can't believe she never told me that she had a brother. At this point,
round 3.
I am actually going to use a darkness point.
It's coming.
You look into this girl's eyes and you see the grief and the horror and the strickenness. She is torn to pieces. I go ahead and roll a madness check.
Tell her what that is.
Yes, I do.
I don't know.
Good point for a madness. As we're manipulating people, have we become the real monsters?
So, it's going to be a endurance resolve check. The difficulty will be 10. If you fail this, you gain a madness point.
Alright.
Every madness point, you have a total of 20 madness points you can gain before you go completely mad.
We gotta put you down.
And yeah, typically
it's
in the Ordo,
we're laughing, but you become a stalker, basically.
Yeah,
I laugh when I'm uncomfortable.
Your powers.
I'm in danger.
Your powers can't be used for evil. So the Ordo will eliminate you if you go mad.
Yes.
And there are thresholds at 5, 10, and 15. If you guys get to that point, which you most definitely will, you will have to roll against a threshold check to see if you end up with a psychic scar, which is essentially a permanent.
Bad stuff.
Yeah.
Mental issues, PTSD, stuff like that.
Right now, though, because this is a force check with a darkness point, the difficulty is going to be 10.
Okay. And you said it was endurance...
Resolve.
Okay. Which I don't have. Okay.
Right,
11.
Yeah.
You made it. You feel this shock seeing all this girl's like pain, but you know that you're doing the right thing. You're there to right this wrong to whatever degree you might be able to do that. So you can proceed forward. Good job. First madness point roll of the game.
Achievement unlocked. Free manipulation.
So then, quick question then, because of how I have my character set up, I kind of low-key want those.
Yes. Not too many. And that's
Not
also
too many,
why,
but some.
That's also why other writers, other authors would fear you. Like, they are always leery around H.P. Lovecraft ones because they have to, like, ride this line of insanity that, like, often H.P. Lovecraft people, like, work alone or are kind of, like, the outsider of the group because everybody's just kind of always afraid you're about to go totally crazy and will have to kill you.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Alright, so at this point, this girl is gonna like be crying, and she's gonna look up at you, and she's like, I can't be here right now. I'll tell you what's going on. Maybe you can tell me a little bit more about Peggy, but can we just get out of here at the moment?
Absolutely. We don't have to stay here.
Okay. She's gonna take you by the hand and actually kind of hold you close and lead you deeper into the college with these big buildings all around you. You pass outside of this big sort of open area directly in front of the college and into a courtyard within the center of the college. In the center of this courtyard, you see a huge obelisk. It's black and actually has a bit of a spin, a twist to it. But there are benches all around it. It's clearly like a common area. So she takes you over to a quiet area. There aren't any other students here, and sits down and begins to cry a little bit. and looks up at you. And is there anything else you wanted to know?
I'm just so bad with names. What is your name again?
What is her name again? I'm Emma. Emma Thompson. She holds out her hand to shake your hand.
I shake it. We already trauma hugged, but I'll shake her hand.
Do you introduce yourself?
She was great in Stranger in Fiction.
Oh shoot.
That's always the best when you don't realize you've done it.
Dude,
Yep.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. 90% of my NPC names are wrestlers because most of the people I play with don't watch or view wrestling. So like most of my Arn Anderson is one of the most famous wrestlers. He's in the Fourth Horseman, and he's the chair of the first head in Astral Drive. Like almost all my NPCs are wrestlers. There was a Star Trek game I game mastered on the internet. All of the Star Trek characters were wrestlers. It's like Adam Cole and Bobby Fish and like Kyle O'Reilly. Like, they're all. Anytime it was like, well, what's he named? Hob is another wrestler.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So just so you know, everybody does it.
Nice. Okay. All right. So Emma Thompson is now standing before you. Did you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Bonnie Carlton. So did you guys live together here? How were you two friends? She didn't talk to me much.
Oh, we're both painters. We met in art class. I live in one of the dorms here, but she rented a little apartment in the town. I guess I don't know. We met up, last year, and we just hit it off, and we became best friends. The last few months, she's been kind of getting a little distant. I don't know why. It got worse the last couple of weeks, and now this. She started.
You don't think her boyfriend had anything to do with this, do you?
Johnny,
Get that rumor started.
I mean, I know they were fighting, but I mean, Peggy was also acting kind of standoffish. I mean, we kind of even got in an argument. The last thing I said to her was, I told her to stop being such a brat.
I
And she starts crying again.
I pull Emma into another hug. She knows you didn't mean it. But she could be a brat, but she knows. She knew.
Go ahead. She's gonna look up at you and say, How did you know Peggy?
We were childhood friends. We grew up on the same street until about high school, and then my parents moved, and we kept in contact a bit until she came out here.
Okay, this is gonna be, manipulation charisma. The DC, she's not really actively rolling against you, so the DC is just gonna be 5.
You got this.
Okay. I got a 5.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's a fail.
Oh, that's right.
Is she still close enough to be within my presence?
Not really. They kind of found a secluded area.
Okay, sorry.
Because she was too winded by the crowd.
Keep trying to help.
You see her brow furrow. I guess it's you came all the way out here, even though you guys hadn't talked for a while.
Her brother reached out to my family when it happened, and me and my dad felt like we needed to come out. It was the right thing to do.
Oh, okay. She's starting to you see her brow furrow a little bit, and that's pretty much it right now. Anything else you want to do before we switch scenes real quick? Close this off?
Not that I can think of right now.
Okay. Then Emma is going to be look at you and say, well, I guess I don't know. I just met you. Hey, maybe I've been crying all over you. I'm sorry. Maybe when after the wake we can catch up more a little bit. I think maybe I just want to be alone for a little bit. I'll come back down there soon.
Okay. I'll find you then.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah,
I can head back towards the group to give her a moment.
Okay.
Your lie is in trouble when they say,
I just want to be alone.
yeah.
And that was the last time we saw her live.
Okay, you head back down. A eulogy is about to start up. A tall, thin, youngish, like in his 30s, man stands up there, mid-30s, and a picture will be shortly dropped.
Making a note. I'm gonna assume out of character this is Johnny.
It is not actually.
Oh, okay. Crossing that out. We'll just put young dude.
Making assumptions.
I know, right?
He's not super young. He's like in his 30s. He's not a student.
Oh, yeah. Stupid. Well, I mean, Johnny's a fisherman. I don't know.
Yeah. And he announces to everybody, "Thank you for coming to the wake. The school appreciates everybody turning out, the community turning out." As he says that, you guys will all become aware that it's not just students anymore that filed in. There's villagers, people that live here, men and women of all ages. I've been the dean of this school since my father passed away a few years ago. This village is unfortunately not a stranger to tragedy. But one thing my father respected about this place, respected so much that he needed to put his school here when he built it, was how warm and open everyone was, how they came together in times of need, in times of joy. This is a time of need, a time of sorrow. And though I didn't know Peggy personally, I know the caliber of all of the students here. And I know that she will be missed. And I know she would have appreciated the show of love and compassion you all have for each other during this dark time. Let's have a moment of silence for Peggy Adams. And he bows his head. Everybody seems to be listening and doing the same. Last we left off, I think, was
hey, real quick. When everybody bows down for their heads down, I want to not and search the crowd for anybody doing anything weird at that specific moment.
Perception awareness. And the difficulty is going to be 5.
Ooh. I fail.
You fail?
Yeah, spot on 5, so I fail.
Okay.
Yeah, it's bad. I want to get that, but at the same time, do I really want to bust a Fortuna roll for a difficulty 5, you know? I don't think I do.
The girl next to you.
Wait. I'm gonna spend 2 momentum to reroll.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Gets a 4.
No, I got a 1, Neil. Thanks for saying that. So if you could just do me a favor and fall down some stairs today, that'd be great for me. Great. So I got a 3 total. I fail worse than I did before. And if you're asking, I blame that fully on Neil, like 100%.
I'll back you up on that.
I know you will. I know you will, Kayla.
You start to look around, but the hot college girl you were just talking to is way too distracting, and then you see
well, at least his priority order.
Elliot over there sort of gives you a thumbs up, and you're all like, "What the fuck, dude?" And you got a 1.
Oh, bloody pores. All right.
Anybody else want to do anything?
I think that's a no.
Okay. Then, after a few moments go by, the dean comes back up and says, "All right, the cafe, in town is holding the wake. The wake. They've graciously offered to supply food and drink for everybody. If you care to join, we'll all be heading there here shortly. God bless and be safe out there." Everybody stands up, talking starts happening, and then you hear a scream.
I done told you.
Does anybody do anything at this point?
I think today we've lost a fine actress.
What direction? What direction did the scream come from?
The college, deeper in the college, right where Bonnie had just come from. So Bonnie's actually the closest at the moment, followed by Elliot's.
Elliot, no think, just run that way.
All right.
Does Preston see Elliot in his lumber run that way? Like just sprint in that direction?
Yes.
Lumber.
Preston like looks up around at the scream, from the college girl, sees Elliot running, and he goes, "Well, he's got it," and then goes back to crying on the couch. I don't have any weapons. I'm useless. Look, I did my job. I got information. I talked to people. I got people inside with the sheriff. That's my job. You guys have fun with the fighting.
What does the sheriff do?
He starts heading in that direction.
I'll start following with him.
Okay. And Bonnie.
So, yeah, I see that Elliot's coming at me, so I turn and head back that way too.
Okay.
So, in this, because I'm Mr. fucking Agility, I want to see how fast I can get there after it happens, to see if I can see anything get there before anything finishes or leaves or anything.
Okay.
I think it's momentum worthy if he passes, just because it was his idea.
Yeah. So agility, dexterity, would you say, to try and get him like a little bit faster in that area?
There is no skill for dexterity. There is.
I'm sorry.
I have acrobatics and conditioning.
I would say conditioning, honestly.
Okay,
acrobatics is more like flippy doodah stuff. I would say either conditioning or competition, because competition is like running and sports and stuff. Ooh. So I would see either competition or conditioning. I'd almost give him the conditioning, to be honest.
Okay. Conditioning and agility.
Okay.
What's your bonus, man?
So what? Agility is 3 and conditioning is
1.
Yeah.
So your bonus would be 4.
Okay, and the difficulty is going to be a 10.
Okay. I just want to know, because if you're still in my presence as you're running across the lawn, so I could give you a Fortuna roll if you roll too low.
I got exactly 10 because I rolled a 3.
I will give you a Fortuna roll. I'm going to give him my 14. That will get him up to a 18.
Yeah, you parkour over there.
You do get a darkness point, Wiz, for that.
Nope.
And Neil would get a momentum still.
All right.
Don't say I didn't do anything for you. Like, I'm going to say that, like, Preston kind of looks up, sees him sprinting, sees what he's trying to do, and in his head, he kind of, like, sees the forward motion that he's going to stumble, he's going to trip on some grass, and at that point, he's just kind of will it to not happen, so that Neil runs a little bit sideways.
I love that your character's like a fucking asshole, but then, like, goes into this Zen mind palace and create futures.
Yeah. H.G. Wells, baby. H.G. Wells. That's the time machine inspired power right there. You're welcome. Alright, I need to mark that off my list. So for next game, which was the 14, so that's out of there.
Alright, so yeah, you're jumping over like shrubs. You don't slip. You're willed into going into this. You just pass Bonnie. Like, you just do one of those spins around her, and she like spins around and she's like, "Whoa, what was that?" And it was you.
Rocky music playing in the background.
You're the best.
Keep it out. That's Karate Kid. Let's go. You get the idea.
That's how you get the Fortuna. You hear that song?
Yes. Yes. It's not even invented yet in 1950, but
ahead of his time.
I'm a time traveler in my brain, so this song is going to be invented and it's going to be amazing.
So you jump all over that area, and right when you get there, you see Emma. Staring, you see her back. She's staring away from you. There's a sort of a path before her, leading in between a couple more of the buildings of the college. Beyond her, you see that there's another figure there, and Emma is clearly staring at her. The figure is dressed all in white. She has blonde hair, blue eyes. She's very pretty. And her face is covered in blood. She seems to have been, like, crying blood pouring from her nose, her mouth, her ears. It's a ghoulish sight without a doubt. It's absolutely horrifying. And Emma is just there, frozen, like a deer, staring at this. And the girl looks up at you, off in the distance. She makes eye contact, and you realize instantly that this is the girl from your dream from a few nights ago.
Oh, it wasn't. Oh, shit!
So this girl's just standing there, not doing anything, not saying anything, just staring.
Just staring at the moment.
Okay.
She just made eye contact with you. She's maybe like 15 feet away from Emma, right in between these two buildings along this pathway leading deeper into the college, someplace you can't see.
I would like to kind of slow walk up to Emma while still making direct eye contact with the girl.
Yeah. I'd say
now,
with all your conditioning moves, you make it there, no problem.
Yeah. So, does Emma seem like she's like unnaturally frozen, or she just doesn't want to move?
She roll a awareness perception check. Difficulty is going to be 5.
Jesus.
You're going to get some information. The better you roll, the more information you get.
Could he
Well, it's
attempt-
only a 9.
What was that, Jack?
I was gonna say, could he attempt something with, like, I don't know if he's got occult or anything like that.
No. I am
okay.
pure hit it with a stick.
Pure hit it with a stick. Okay, cool. I was just making sure.
Okay. Even with the 9, I mean, it was you can tell that this is her being frozen in shock. You do a percent, you see or you kind of maybe break eye contact for a second to do a perception check of Emma. Her mouth is hung open, her eyes are wide, and she is trembling.
So I would, given the unnatural state of things, would ask Emma if she's okay, see if she responds.
She doesn't say anything.
Doesn't say anything.
No, she's staring. She doesn't move. She's trembling, staring at this girl.
A clarification too, just in case. Whenever I speak to her, I want to put my hand on her shoulder.
You feel her shaking like a leaf.
Shake. Okay. So then I will engage with the girl, and just plain ask, "Who are you?"
The girl turns her eye to you. Her mouth drops open. Blood is drooling out of it. And she lets out a horrifying, blood-curdling scream. You recognize that scream was the scream you heard earlier. It eats at your core to hear this scream. And I guess we are going to... I think we're going to have to hit initiative here, because she's going to make a mental attack.
Excellent. So what am I rolling then?
It is a straight 20. Actually, everybody roll initiative because you guys were all headed in this direction.
I wasn't. I mean, in all fairness.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I'm
Thank
still
you.
with the ladies unless they dispersed with the screaming.
I got an 18.
Okay.
12.
4.
Alright, so Elliot was a 12. Rex was an 18. Bonnie was a 4. And since she made the first move, does that count as like a pre-attack, basically, Zach?
It depends on if it's a stealth attack or not. And if it's a stealth attack, yeah, like she would, like you could do a stealth attack in a I got the drop on you situation, but you'd still need to make a stealth roll to be successful.
Okay. Let me go ahead and do that because she's trying to. And she does.
I would say it's like he's looking at her and he's very aware of her presence.
Yeah.
So like the difficulty of this stealth check would probably be a 15 plus Elliot's awareness.
Yeah. There's no way she makes this.
Yeah.
She rolled
Just
terrible. Yeah, but yeah, thank you for the reminder.
In that case, it drops to initiative because Elliot could see it coming.
Okay. So, the first one in initiative was actually Rex. So Rex, you're a bit of a distance out. Not that far out, but you're headed there with the sheriff.
Yeah.
So I guess at this point, I'm gonna probably say it's mostly your turn to get to the point where you can see them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And
I'm not Assassin's Creeding over bushes and benches.
Right.
I only got so many Fortunas here, guys. I only got 3 left. Oh, man.
And so then, Elliot, you were 12, right?
Yes.
Alright, so it is actually the girl's turn first. She was a 14. The mental attack. So I guess Elliot's gonna have to defend it with what, endurance and agility?
Well,
I mean, like
if it's a mental attack, it's always resolve.
Resolve. So
Yeah.
see, this is the new part of the mechanic.
Yeah, new mechanical parts. These are parts that we have not played with before.
So typically agility is the defensive attribute that you would compare with your
weapon skill, whatever you're armed with.
Yeah. But since it's a mental attack, we're probably going to go with what did we say? Endurance.
I would say endurance and resolve.
Resolve. Okay, endurance, resolve.
Okay.
And I'm not quite sure how we had specifically doled out damage for mental attacks. I'm gonna guess they were in the actual Stalker mental attack section.
They are, and I have them all here.
You're gonna get to use your power after all there.
So go ahead and roll that roll.
That is 17.
Ooh.
17. Let's see. Yeah, you succeed. You withstand the attack, though it is horrifying, it is disgusting. You do withstand the attack, the mental attack, and you feel like this terror come over you, but you push through it.
So then, question.
I know what Neil's about to ask. Can I let it hit me?
No.
No. Okay.
No. So, first question is, how far away am I?
You were touching.
You're actually about 15 feet away.
I thought he was touching her on the shoulder.
No, that was the other girl.
Emma.
Yeah.
Oh, did I miss
So,
it?
so I have counter, and it says in here that I can spend momentum anytime I'm attacked unsuccessfully and like do a thing.
Yeah.
So can I basically try to run up and grab her?
What's your agility?
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So then I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna straight up bum rush her and grab her, burning a momentum on that.
Okay. So roll for. So you're trying to grab her, and you have melee, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll a melee attack. That's going to be melee plus your force.
So and then under the skills with the melee, you get how much for each level of it? So my melee is 2.
It's 2. 2 plus force, which is whatever.
Okay, so then it puts 5 total. Then.
And then the amount of damage you deal is however much you beat them by. Now, are you adding the effect of grab? Like, are you trying to damage her and also do a grab?
I'm trying to hold her.
Okay.
Because as it basically stands right now, I'm kind of solo until other people get here.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just trying to figure out whether you should actually spend a momentum to do a grapple.
As opposed to...
Well, The only problem with the grapple effect is he still deals damage, so he could just.
I mean, I don't care if I hurt her. That's not my main goal, basically.
Right. You should spend a momentum to grapple because it's an effect, basically.
Okay.
I'll read it out real quick since everybody's new to the game. This attack ends with the attacker holding on to the target in order to restrict their movement or attacks. After dealing damage from a successful attack with this effect, the target cannot take any movement actions and must roll a force check of difficulty 10 plus the force of the person holding them to be able to attack. The person holding them may decide to maintain the hold or release before taking actions. If they maintain, they may only take one action, attempt to attack once, or attempt to move the target and themselves in a direction. This is a contested strength check, and the most with the amount of the attacker wins by being the amount the target can be moved. Momentum cannot be spent to increase actions within a grapple. So once you actually are under the status effect of grapple, basically. So you'll deal damage with the grapple attack, and then you'll have her grappled, basically.
Yeah, that's fine by me. So then I'm just going to roll damage from it then?
Well, no. You spend a momentum, and the damage the damage is how much you beat them by on the attack roll. So it's one roll for everything.
Okay. So then... Well, that's very unfortunate. 1 plus 5, 6.
That's karma. Gave me a 1 now. Now karma gives you a 1 back.
Okay. You go and grab at her, and she got a 16. So she just sort of backhands your hands away like this. That ain't nothing. And you are unsuccessful to grapple her.
You still spent the momentum for the grapple.
Yeah. Well, then it's my turn anyways. I just want to try to do it again.
That's fair.
Okay.
Go for it.
Just like hand batting. I can't get worse than a 1, so you got to be fucking kidding me. Another
Can you get a 1 again?
Yeah.
Oh my god. So what was your score at the end of that though?
6.
Okay, so yeah, I actually rolled pretty badly too, but so you're struggling with her and you're trying to, but she still just like grabs your hands, grips of steel, and just pushes them to the side. Alright, so Elliot, that's Bonnie up next. Bonnie, you were closer, but Rex was a little bit ahead of you. He was on the jump. So, Bonnie, what do? You're right there, kind of pretty close to Rex, maybe a foot or two ahead of him.
So I'm able to see this woman?
Not yet. You guys are getting pretty close, but you have to go back to where you were with her. You just left that courtyard.
Okay, I'm
Hey, Bonnie.
hustle it over there then. Yeah.
Bonnie, really quickly, can you disconnect and reconnect to the call?
Yeah.
Your face is frozen. Frozen is frozen is frozen.
Oh no.
There we go.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
It wasn't the most flattering face, so that's why.
Well, that's somebody told me.
I don't think anybody else had noticed yet, honestly.
Told me when my face got stuck in this position. Staring at the guy right next to me.
I'm hyper aware of what's happening at all times with people's images. So.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna try to hustle it there so I can see what's happening.
Just a grown man and a bloody girl slap fighting. It's fine.
Yeah, you see, you make it up to them, no problem. You do see, Elliot Elliot kind of losing to that fight. And so you do make it in there. I'm going to say everybody on this round is going to be making it in there. They'll see what's going on. You see Emma standing there shivering. You see Elliot fighting this girl.
Fighting is very generous.
Struggling with this girl. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
So, I have bestiary. Is that something I can use to see if I've read up on whatever's standing in front of us?
That is 100%.
Or no?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be intelligence and bestiary.
That is specifically what that skill is designed for.
I didn't know if that was for like when we were looking at clues and stuff.
What's her difficulty?
So.
It's for looking at clues too, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. So difficulty for this is going to be 15.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely didn't happen. I got a 5.
I love that we're just like crushing rolls on stupid shit that makes no anything about anything, and now when it matters,
I have never been more glad to selfishly stick out of a fight, because if I had been there, I would have used all my Fortuna rolls on these fight actions.
I want to use 2 momentum and try again.
Yeah.
All right.
Even though it's against the 15, I want to try again.
Go for it.
I get it.
I would love to have some sort of positive progress out of this. Your face tells me that's a no.
Yeah, I was about to say,
It's a 9.
that's not the face of positive progress.
It's a 9.
That did not do it.
No.
It's the face of sad acceptance.
All right, then we're back to Rex. You're keeping up. You're probably going to be getting there right at the same distance and time as Bonnie.
Okay, and I can see the Carrie lookalike.
Yeah.
What is she wearing?
She's all dressed in white. It's going to be like a white gown, like a sleeping gown.
Okay.
Her hair is pulled back, and her face is just covered in blood. It's actually more of a white and red sleeping gown now. Originally white, but now,
Yeah. And this is a different woman than Emma, right?
Yes, yeah. Emma turned around and
totally
saw this.
confused for a whole bunch of time, but I got it now. Got it.
Okay.
Could I roll intelligence mythos to see if I can figure anything out?
Ooh, yes.
Not bad.
What is my difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 15.
I got 5.
This definitely looks mythic.
Alrighty.
Studies have shown 5 is not 15.
And I see Elliot fighting this thing.
Yes, as the scene stands here, Elliot is fighting this thing. And yes, we're being generous. Emma is standing about 15 feet closer to you guys. Her back is turned to you, and she's as stiff as a board, trembling. You guys are both standing maybe another 15 feet-ish back behind her. You just got into this courtyard. You're looking around. Bonnie's right there. Rex is right there. And actually the sheriff is right there with you as well. And this is a kind of a closed-off courtyard area with the obelisk in the center. And the girl that is fighting with Elliot is sort of back a ways and in between these two buildings. There's a little pathway that leads deeper into the campus.
Well then first, I'm going to look at the sheriff and be like, you need to go get that girl out of here. I deal with these things all the time. Don't worry about it. Just get the girl to safety, make sure everyone's safe. We don't want another Peggy in our hands.
Okay.
And then... Do I still have an action, or do I have to spend momentum to get one?
No.
You have to
You
use-
still have an action. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't know
He
what you
uses his skill check.
I'm then going to spend the momentum to do another action. and I want to use.
Oh, wait a second. I don't think you would have had to spend the momentum to just have a thought.
Okay,
That's
fine.
okay.
It's the final call is Wizards to make because he's the game master. But I would say that the momentum is like you'd still get unaction, you know.
Okay. That's fair. That's how I would normally.
Then I will use my
I wasn't trying to be
action.
that guy. I wasn't trying to be the rules guy. Excuse me, let me push my glasses up my nose. Look through the book that I wrote.
And I want to use my Corvus torch,
Yeah, I knew it was coming.
and I want to attack that woman with a murder of crows.
Oh,
Alright, I'm gonna read Corvus, so we all know what it does.
You might want to skip about halfway through so that you can actually get to the part where it does damage.
Alright. Finally, in combat, they can summon a murder. This swarm of crows really does. Wow, good writing, Zach. This swarm of crows does not have stats. Instead, it distracts the target, giving them a +2 on all difficulties, and anyone attacking them, or contested rolls. So the thing being swarmed. We just lost Kayla for a second. She's back. Okay.
Yay!
Basically, when they're being swarmed, they will have a +2 on all difficulties in any contested and non-contested rolls. Basically, they will also automatically deal the crows will automatically deal 4 vitality damage each round at the beginning of the target's turn. So it's not going to take damage now. It'll take damage before its turn begins. To get rid of them, the target must make an attack on the murder. The author rolls the defense using the agility and hand-to-hand. So Rex would roll the defense using his agility and his hand-to-hand. If it deals at least 7 points of damage, there's no soak or DTM is counted. So the damage type modifier isn't counted either. Am I reading this wrong? Hold on a second. Attack on the murder that deals at least 7 points of damage, not soaked, no soak or DTM is counted. So yeah, the damage type modifier doesn't count, and it's just the person has to beat Rex's roll by 7. This will break the murder and send the swarm scattering. The author can only summon a swarm in this fashion once per day. The narrator gains 2 darkness points when this is used. So right off the bat, Wiz, you will gain 2 darkness points for his use of Corvus in this manner. And then basically this just happens. A swarm of crows will just start pecking, attacking, just bothering the target of his Corvus. That target will have a +2 on all their difficulties, and if they're in contested, the person against them will gain a +2 to their single mod. So it's always 2 points harder for the target to do anything while they're being swarmed by the crows. At the beginning of that target's turn, they will take 4 vitality damage, and the only way to get rid of the crows is to make an attack on the crows, which Rex defends against with agility and hand-to-hand, but no damage type modifier is counted, no soak is counted, and they have to deal 7 points of damage. Does all that make sense? Is everybody good?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm good. They ain't my crows.
So, she is. It's her turn up next. These crows are swarming her, pecking at her. She's sort of waving at them, but she's going to use a darkness ability. And or a stalker perk is what it is.
we fighting the stalker directly? This is not good. This is too early to be doing this shit.
I don't even have a gun.
No. Because a gun store in America was closed.
Because Walmarts don't exist.
You're gonna see her face get sort of elongated. Her eyes sort of sink back and turn black. All of this black smoke starts pouring around her and swirling around her. Let's see.
She will take 4 vitality damage right off the bat, just so you know.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna count that.
First one in the campaign to deal damage. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Sorry, Neil.
Actually,
I'm going to shove that in your face.
It's extreme presence. And I'm double checking my reading on this. But that's I think that's an automatic. I don't think there are. Is there even a save?
Extreme presence, you said?
Yeah.
I gotta find it. Give me a sec. What page is it on?
Let me find it right. I copied it so I'd have a quick
Can't wait to
so.
edit this. Stalker perks, extreme presence, you motherfuckers. Is it intelligence? No. Perception? No. Charisma. It's charisma. Of course it's charisma. Extreme presence. The stalker has a visage or a presence, possibly even an aura that causes the target mental stress. It's automatic. Like, they just take madness damage. Anybody around it just starts taking madness damage, period. There's no rolls, there's nothing. What level is it at?
Level 3.
Holy fucking shit, we've lost. Okay. The first time anything sees this creature, they increase their madness by 2. In addition, anytime they attempt to attack or damage this stalker, regardless of whether they succeed or fail, the stalker may spend a momentum to increase their madness by 1. So that's Game Master momentum. So you will have to actually spend your momentum to do that shit. But right now, everybody looking at this thing just gains 2 madness points, period. Boop. You go a little bit crazy looking at this thing.
Horrifying.
Welcome to Cthulhu Land.
And she's going to actually also spend a momentum to actually sort of slip away. She's going to use the moment to see if she can't escape the situation, seeing all of these people here. And she runs back as you guys see this horrifying visage, this wave of fear hitting all of you. You see her sort of almost, not really disappear, but this smoke surrounding her, sort of engulfing her, and then this smoke, this horror is disappearing down the pathway behind her.
So then is it 2 madness or 3 madness total then?
Right now
it's 2, right?
2, yeah.
2, okay. Okay. So then she's zippy dipped out of there then?
That's exactly
what a nice way to put it.
Is she still being attacked by? Is she still being attacked by a group of crows?
I think so. I think the crows would be following her.
Yeah.
All right, crows are just no crows.
Come on, motherfucker.
See, this could be us, Neil, if you let me befriend crows.
It's not going to work how you think it's going to work. She wants to put like quarters out on the front porch to befriend crows.
I think the way it works is you give them food and they bring you quarters.
I don't want crows around because
thought that those,
crows
like, shiny
remember
things.
faces.
Yeah,
and
but-
the minute I do something wrong by accident, they're going to try and kill me
Don't
for the rest
fuck
of my
over
life.
crows.
That's why
wrong.
I just want to stay away from the crows, and that way I can't, like, trip and fall on them or something.
But if you befriend them, they bring you sticks and rocks.
crows.
You're tripping and falling on a crow.
I wouldn't put it past me. I'm a very clumsy guy. And I'm also very large. It takes one trip and fall, then I've accidentally killed a crow's girlfriend, and then from there on, the crows hunt me and kill me, and I can't live in my city anymore. That's why I just stay away from crows.
Murder.
Yeah, stay away from crows. Crows stay away from me. I get it. You're super smart. I don't want anything to deal with you. My wife divorces me because I can't live in my house anymore. I'm sorry. I love you, Zach, but crows keep attacking you and the family. You've got to leave.
I was hoping we were going to keep the banter up a little bit more. I want to take a look at one thing here real quick.
Sure. Let me do another tight 5 on crow hate.
Yeah, keep up with the crow jokes. I'm sure there's...
Okay, but if I befriend the crows, if you accidentally do that, I can convince them not to go after you.
I don't think you understand.
Crows don't speak English.
I as much as I
can educate them. They're smart.
You can't talk to crows like, come on, and they'll like understand you.
They're just like nod at her.
They'll be like,
he is fat and clumsy. Got it. You know, I hate to agree with Neil, and you know I absolutely hate to agree with Neil. I hate to agree with Neil.
Well, you know what?
Never more than when it's in a argument with you, but I don't think you understand how this is going to go.
Zach, I don't know if you noticed it, but you just made
I become a millionaire because I befriended crows.
Nevermore.
Oh,
I got that one.
Didn't even catch it.
Sorry. So what I was looking up here real quick, because she's zipped off and she's basically like out of our reach effectively, aside from the crows.
She's been Scooby-Dooed by crows.
Yeah. What exactly is phylactery?
Oh, it's magical artifacts.
So it's like the creation of like a magical artifact from like a thing.
It is also okay. So I don't know if this will end up being the episode or we'll edit it out. But basically, what phylactery is when you kill a stalker, stalkers will leave something behind. Mostly, they just become ash.
Okay.
But like a vampire will leave a tooth behind or something. You can then take that tooth and put it into a fucking lantern or a fucking sword or something, and that will give it magical powers. However, it will also, because you're basically using stalker power, it will slowly drive you insane while you have it on you.
All right, so then never mind. Then this isn't gonna, because I was gonna try to like scoop up some of like the demon girl mist.
No, we gotta kill her first. Then you can scoop up pieces of her and turn it into a fucking cabinet. But right now,
Carry Ed Gein.
that is a very. I don't know where a cabinet came from. And what would a cabinet be from this? I mean, it's a cabinet that occasionally turns into fucking smoke and screams at you.
There you go.
Yeah, that would be Well, that would be a good prison. Somebody you really, really don't like.
I keep reaching for a plate, and the fucking cabinet turns into smoke, and then it screams at me.
All the plates keep falling onto the ground. The cabinet turns into smoke, but the plates still just fall. Gone Girl, crows, and Scared to Death Girl.
Yeah. That might be a good place for us to end the show for tonight. What do you guys think?
It's a perfect place to end tonight. I think it was a great game. Great session, everybody. That was awesome.
Okay.
If only I could constructively contribute.
I think
you were there. If you could have grabbed her.
I was built for.
Look, man, you were there. You were there, and you participated.
I mean, you held her up a bit. Who knows what would have happened if you didn't do anything? What you would have done to
seriously? If you didn't move into the place, move to the place, and then be there, who knows what would have happened? I mean, you wouldn't have been there, and
we would have never known.